Hey now, it's Alexandra, no I. And I will admit that as I was preparing to sit down and hit record, I kept finding myself like wanting to do another step of preparation and another step of preparation. But considering that the whole reason I want to record was to display preparation, I figure, you know what, as soon as I clear this area, let me go ahead and have a seat and hit record. So here we are. Um, Step one is water. So yeah. Hi, thank you for joining me. Grab some water. um, there are a few different things that I want to do. As I'm recording this, it's November 30th. But really, I mean, you can start anew at any time. It just so happens that a new month is starting in the morning, where there's a month left in the current calendar year. And I am realizing, right? I realized just before I hit record that about a year ago is when I learned that I have ADHD that was never previously diagnosed. So the past year has been a learning experience in a lot of ways. And so as I reflect upon the past year and look ahead at the coming week, the coming month, the coming year, and the coming years. Um, I feel like now is as good a time as any to set a new tone for the way that I um, just kind of look ahead so that not to the point of like not being in the present, but so that in the present, I can really be present instead of feeling like there's something else I should be doing or something else I should be working on or working towards. Um, Tomorrow happens to also be the first Sunday of the month, which means that I will be getting up and out a little earlier than I typically would. So before I sat down, I did go ahead and get my outfit together for the morning. That's not something that I always do. I will say though that I pretty much have created a uniform for myself, so it's not typically necessary as long as I know I have clean clothes. But it's a scenario where I can't just wear joggers and a t-shirt. Um, so I have that together. I'm also factoring in that um, it has been snowing. I don't believe snow is in the forecast for tomorrow, but the temperatures will still be low. So I wanted to make sure that I have my layers ready. I have never identified as a morning person, even the times when I have sleep trained myself to make the morning a little easier. So, in order to make the morning easier, particularly since I haven't been waking up super early here lately, it was very important for me to have my clothes ready. I know my glasses are capturing everything. I have like every light in the room on. So sorry for the glare. I will, that's why I would prefer to be recording during the day, but here we are. Um, so something else I am going to do when I cut this off, I'm going to make sure my bag is packed for the morning. Um, I'm going to be using some of the things that will go in there, which is why I don't want to do that right now. But I'll be taking transit to my destination. So I want to make sure that I have everything that I will definitely need during the day, and then just a few things I might need. Not like all the things I might need, but at least some of them. So I will more than likely have my iPad, a paper notebook, and that theme of me being digital and analog is going to present itself here. Um, Hand lotion, especially because it's cold, but it's always a good idea because I'm very serious about hand washing. I need to make sure I have a mask out, even though I know where they are. I would rather just make sure I have one out, so I don't have to think about that in the morning. Um, I fortunately I have a little pouch. I need to organize it. But when I use my backpack, I will kind of put the stuff in here at least so that it's contained inside the backpack. And then I also carry a smaller crossbody, something I can access with my hands so that, for something like if I need to pull a card out or um, lip balm, that's handy. I don't want to have to take my backpack off to do all that. Um, all right. So what I want to do, I use kind of a combination of some different popular methods. I'm going to do a brain dump. Initially, I was planning on doing this digitally so that I could move stuff around once I get all the thoughts out and figure out, okay, what is for tomorrow, what is for this week, this month, kind of spread it out. And as I was thinking about how I would translate that to my purely analog friends, I remembered that one of the benefits or tenets, well, tenets that's a benefit of the bullet journaling method is that when you are writing something by hand and then carrying it over from one spread to another, it causes you to really pause and think about whether this is something that is worthy of being carried over. Is it that important or valuable or necessary? So for that reason, I I think I'm going to do a combination. Um, so yeah, let me pull out what I might do is hmm, I'll do the brain dump on paper and I want to go that route because there is something innate about the process of like thinking, processing, writing it down that I want to participate in. Um, I am often able to tell myself that typing is faster because my fingers can like fly faster than my hand can scribble, and that is true. Um, Same with like speech to text or even recording a voice note. But again, I really want to participate in the paper of it. So if you want to grab um, either like something bound that you're going to keep, or maybe you're going to do like, some a bit of paper since you will likely wind up transcribing this or transferring the information at least. Um, you might even have a rocket book and do it that way. And I do have rocket books. I have been wanting to use them more, but because the the pens for those, there's a specific type of pen you want to use, the friction. Um, I get concerned about using the friction on regular paper because it's not technically permanent ink. So because of that, I I I don't always carry those around, and as a result, I don't always use my Rocket book notebooks. I have two sizes. I have the one that's like almost letter size, and then the medium size one. I actually, you know what? I might have the small one too. So yeah, I really should be using them. So that can be, um, an intention for these coming periods. Um, so yeah, let's take 5 minutes. Um, and you can pause if you want to, so that you're not subject to, my time if you start just flowing and you have a lot of stuff that you've been holding on to in your brain that you need to get out. Um, so I am going to talk to my, actually, you know what, now let me push the button because I don't want to yell out her name and have your devices go off. Set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, counting down.
And this is where just kind of all of the to-dos, all of the goals, just like all the stuff that you've been kind of thinking about, wanting to pursue or follow up on. Um, hell, the stuff you need to add to your shopping list, just all the little bits. Go ahead and just get them out. If you are putting it in like a bound journal, you might header it master list and put the date on it, which is also kind of cool because you can see the type of things that you revisit, or which might also mean that you either didn't address them properly in the interim, or or something else like that. Maybe you're not that passionate about it because why do you keep saying you want to follow up on it over and over and over and then not? So, all right. right, so my timer just went off. Um, Again, if you still are, kind of flowing with things you need to get out, feel free to pause um, and continue, and then you can press play. All right. So the next step is going to be to kind of, excuse me, differentiate between action items, what needs to go on like a shopping list. Um, and then action items like, okay, is this just something I need to knock out and have been putting off? So, for example, I have a few different kind of life admin things um, that require just a little bit, just like a quick bit of research and a phone call. So, those are things that I can um, put into a life admin block and knock out this week. Um, because it is, the month is coming to a close. I want to make some medical appointments of different kinds. Uh, so I do understand that those appointments may not occur this month, but I need to get it off of my to-do list to schedule these things. I need to get them scheduled. um, Looking at it, some of these are like down the line things, but things I didn't want to, like things I wanted to make concrete by writing them down. So I am actually going to go ahead and wind this down here. Um, my next steps are going to be to again, do that sort of categorization. And next time I will um, demonstrate a tool that I've been using for the past several months, but there's a few different ways, like different tools that achieve the same purpose of like when you specify tasks that you need to complete and you know approximately how long they will take, it will plug it into your calendar based on the parameters you set. So I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Um, or next time, whenever that happens to be. And um, for right now, I'm gonna pack my book. Tomorrow is Sunday, so the to-dos wouldn't happen tomorrow. Like I can't, there's not a lot of business that can be conducted on a Sunday. Um, but even having gotten this out feels good because a lot of this stuff is stuff that I've been like, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. And so now I know that when I lay down, I won't be feeling that pressure. Um, Speaking of pressure, this isn't about productivity, but about being able to sleep at night. It is, while I did talk about drinking water, one thing that I would recommend for all of us, but particularly those of us who are middle aged and above, figure out when you need to cut off your liquids at night so that you have a better chance at sleeping throughout the night. It is life changing, truly. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get my bag packed and fully start winding down. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.